Safety and defend our communities for law-abiding American citizens. Look, the crime is most rampant right here and in African American communities, and more people see me and they say, sir, we want protection. We want police to protect us. We don't want to get robbed and mugged and beat up or killed.
On behalf of the black community, I would like to say, no, we don't. Stop your bullshit.
No, we don't. No, we don't. We really want to be left alone a lot of the times. We want fair wages. We want more than fair wages. We want livable conditions. We want to be treated as equals. We don't want to be racially profiled. We don't want to be gunned down. We don't want our kids to be fearful. We don't want more police in our neighborhoods. We want to live. That's what we want. And we want to live as if we are human beings. That is what we want. We don't want what you call what martial law. We don't need y'all for that.
We gonna give two shits and flies about what you gonna do for us. We don't want you doing us. You stay right when the hell you at with you and your magmas. I had it my way. We will separate the city, state, and everything from your government, okay? And have Kamala as our president, because clearly, hell, I would have Bush as my president before I have you as my president, baby. We don't want you.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel once again. My name is Dash Lifestyle. Kindly for watching me for the first time, remember to subscribe, like, share, and also comment. So guys, recently we saw Donald Trump. He came out and said that he wants to protect the black Americans, and also he wants to introduce martial law. He wants to increase the number of black police in United States. But majority of black Americans, they saw this coming and they had to react about Trump coming out with martial law. So kindly guys, watch this video of black Americans, how they react towards Donald Trump saying that he's going to protect them and he's going to increase the numbers of the black police in the United States. So kindly guys, watch this video till the end, then I'll be back with more comment.
So yesterday, Donald Trump signed an executive order ordering that federal agencies to increase the flow of military and security equipment to local law enforcement, okay? So now local law enforcement will be receiving unused military equipment. It seems as though we are on our way, somewhat like a prelude to martial law. And a lot of people, a lot of citizens are speculating that that's exactly what it is, that this executive order is a gateway to martial law. So the order does not actually specify the type of equipment that local law enforcement will be receiving, but just going off of what we know from the past, you could definitely at least expect armored vehicles, tactical equipment, surveillance teams, basically whatever we see when one of our people are holding a protest with the SWAT team. Yeah. Basically, how Donald Trump kind of presented it is that our law enforcement today can't really do their job because they're so scared of how they will be reprimanded, God forbid that they make a mistake or whatever the case may be. And so this executive order is going to allow them to be able to just focus on doing their job, meaning if they even so far has to go as being even more aggressive to enforce whatever law that they need to enforce, they shouldn't hesitate, that they can be more aggressive and not have to worry about the backlash or the consequences, because they'll be taken care of via this order. And I'm going to tell you how. So I'm reading from an article that comes from The Nation that's discussing this topic. So it says that the police are now protected by powerful, well-funded, and well-lawyered unions, okay? They are protected by the judicial doctrine of qualified immunity, which prevents them from being personally sued for monetary damages when they damage or destroy property or lives. They're protected by prosecutors and district attorneys who work alongside them and often reluctant to charge them with crimes. The entire system is designed to allow cops get away with crimes. That's exactly what it is. So you mean to tell me now a cop who had been held criminally liable, they've been held criminally liable, can now have their expenses paid for? They have their expenses paid for. So if you don't have to worry about losing your job, you don't have to worry about having to now pay for these lawyer fees if you do mess up, Why would you care about not messing up? Cops will also get free lawyers, and not the overworked, underpaid attorneys that you and I would get for legal aid. No. See, Trump had actually been bullying law firms into providing pro bono services for conservative reasons or causes. But he didn't exactly tell them what those causes were supposed to be. And now they know. As if cops didn't already have access to lawyers via their work union. But now they're going to get the best of the best. Oh, and just so you know, no pro bono lawyer will be made available for the people that the cops decide to murder, beat up, or otherwise harass. No, you still get legal aid if you can't afford one. And just so you know, the Attorney General and the Secretary of Defense have 90 days, 3 months, basically, to start expanding the provision of military and national security resources to assist state and local law enforcement. They got 3 months, 90 days to get them all of the material and equipment that they need. With that being said, although we are about 2 or 3 executive orders away from martial law, constitutionally at least, being allowed to be enacted, Black and brown people, please, do not go out into the streets unless you absolutely have to. Don't go out into the street trying to become some type of martyr, because they will make one of you. They will. Now with this executive order in place where police officers technically can shoot you and don't even have to answer to it, okay? Best believe they are plotting. They're preparing for something, and they're trying to make sure that when they take us out, they don't have to answer any questions afterwards. So please, our white allies have said that they got it, that they will be out in the front lines, so you stay inside. We already know staying inside is not even 100% guarantee that we'll be fine. We get killed in our homes all the time, apparently. Not apparently. Like, I'm not saying it like it's a good thing or like, but it's dead-ass facts. So, please, whatever protest that you see happening or going on, protect your body, because I don't know what's the point of you going out there if you can't come back home.
But on another note, I don't know if y'all saw or not, and I'm not going to repost it. It's easily searchable. That address that the elect gave about Black communities wanting more police in their communities, wanting militarized police in their communities because we're scared to go and buy a loaf of bread because we might get mugged, robbed, or shot. Now, granted, I'm not naive. I'm not ignorant to what goes on in a lot of the hoods, okay? I was born and bred in one. I get it. I'm also not naive that there are a lot of the elderly in the hoods who would prefer to have it heavily policed. But I also understand that coming from the elect, it's not for our protection. He can't deport us. He can't get rid of us. So that's the second best option. Is to send police under federal immunity into our communities. Is to send militarized police into our communities. Now, there's a difference if you don't know. Police are trained under the typical police training. Militarized police are trained by running drills when it comes to martial law, police state activities, like they don't need a warrant to break in your door. You understand? They under direct orders from high up. They don't have to answer to the branches of the police department, right? They answer directly to a militarized branch that was specifically created for this militarized police force to patrol neighborhoods, to keep the masses at bay during times of chaos and rioting and basically under martial law type. And I didn't see this until now, searching through YouTube. But I knew it was happening. I knew what was coming because yesterday, Brent coming into school and work with my daughter, we driving and we see these armored police trucks. Like, they look like military tanks, but they got the police, you know, police etched on the side or whatever. And as we driving, now before we saw them that said police, because they was black and they said police on the side, before we saw those militarized vehicles, we was driving and we saw two regular colored, like that tannish, greenish tan type of color that the Army uses. We saw two militarized vehicles like that earlier in the city, like around my area. I live like more towards by Mayfair Mall. I live over by them way. So when we was coming higher up that way, we saw the regular military vehicles. Like, they didn't say military or anything, but they had the American flag on it. And if you know, like I know, the military green and then the American flag, those are militarized vehicles. They were tanks though. So we saw two of them. And then I didn't think nothing of it. I'm like, we right off the freeway where I stay at. So I'm like, maybe they just got off the freeway. And around the Silver Spring area by that park, right before you hit like Titonia and Silver Spring, they got that National Reserve base. I'm like, maybe they just running drills type shit. I ain't think nothing of it. But then we get further down into the inner city, and that's where I see the militarized police vehicles. And I was like, damn, what they trying to do? Like, clearly they was just coming from a raid. So I didn't think nothing of it. I'm like, okay, it's a raid. After we drove a little bit and we saw them coming out of the block they was coming out of, I looked down the block and I see two black D-Tech trucks. Two blacked out D-Tech trucks, and then I see another militarized like SWAT team type of police vehicle coming after the one we had initially saw, and I was like, oh, it's a raid. But after seeing this elect's address, I'm like, oh, that's what's going on. Like, I knew it was coming. Because it ain't no way they're going to neglect public enemy number one in the mix of all of this other shit when they attacking all these other minority groups, right? It ain't no way they're gonna neglect us. We've always been public enemy number one. And that's why when Hispanics was like, you need to fight with us because you'll be next. No, we were first. Been telling y'all for decades, you'll be next. And now, anywho, I'm not going back into that. My point is, y'all need to start talking with your neighbors. My people, start talking and organizing with your neighbors, not online. Do not put your plans publicly online. Don't ask that shit. Have y'all meetings, do what y'all do, have y'all plans, and when they do come in full force on that militarized martial law shit, just be prepared. Now, I'm not saying go guns a-blazing, although personally I don't believe in coincidences. So for sinners to be coming out in this climate, for sinners to have shown this single black man taking on an entire clan, well, group of clans, subsector of the clan, solo. 2 + 2 is what? 8 + 8 is who? Okay. All I'm saying is organize. Even if it's just you and one other person. You need somebody to watch your back. It don't have to be no big ass group if you don't trust the people that's in your neighborhood. If you don't trust that they're going to do what they need to do. If you don't trust that they're going to stand solid, 10 toes down. You need at least one person, though. And when it gets real, I'm talking about not them just riding up and down your neighborhoods. I'm talking about they trying to tell you, curfew, 9 o'clock. If you're in the streets, you get shot down. When they trying to bust in your door with no warrant just because they can. Just because they feel like you may be a threat. Oh, all that shit coming. They've been practicing these drills since 2016 that I know of. Probably prior. But they've been practicing for this time, this era right now, what's about to come, for a long time. A good 10 years. You can find it on YouTube. You can find these drills. Like I've been saying, shit is going to get ugly before it gets better. But as long as you prepared, there's no need to be scared. Get with somebody, at least one other person. Have a plan for if they kick in your door. How y'all going to escape? What y'all going to do? What's the plan? What it look like? Have a plan for if they policing y'all neighborhoods to the point where you got a curfew and y'all can't come out without being sweated? What are you going to do? How are you going to move? Are you going to stay? Are y'all going to dip out? If so, where are you going to go? You feel me? Prepare. Start practicing. Target practice is necessary. Okay, my point is practice. Have it in your head. Have a clear thought. Have a clear plan. Have a clear idea of what you're going to do in every scenario. And you'll be fine. But don't take this lightly. The signs are there. The signs are everywhere. If you ignore the signs, it's going to be too late for you to act by the time you recognize what the is happening. Pay attention. Pay attention. Make no mistake, this is war. This is the beginning of war. We out here talking about how we recognize this land as ours. You think we just finna have it handed to us? No. It's being made easier. Paths are being cleared. But we're going to have to fight. And the only possibility of winning that fight is with numbers. When two or more come together in my name. Two or more. You only need one other person. I'm trying to tell you what I know. Nothing will come easy. It can't. Because if it come easy, you're not going to protect it. You're not going to want to hold on to it. It's disposable if it come easy. A lot of us are going to perish. Make no mistake about that. But it has to happen. Everybody can't go. Many are called, but not everyone is chosen. I mean, I can't speak for you. On my end, I'd rather die on my feet than live on my knees any day. Any day. You have to decide what's right, what's true for you. You have to decide if you cool with bowing down and kissing the ring of this new system that's about to be brought in, or if you gonna stand 10 toes down and go on off in the woods and start your own community because fat, you're a child of the Most High. In truth, can't nobody answer that for you but you. Ain't no right or wrong answer. It's about what your soul is saying, what you've been called to do. Until next time, love.
Safety and defend our communities for law-abiding American citizens. We need, look, the crime is most rampant right here and in African American communities, and more people see me and they say, sir, we want protection. We want police to protect us. We don't want to get robbed and mugged and beat up or killed because we want to walk across the street to buy a loaf of bread. They want it so badly. The fake news doesn't talk about it. But the black population wants law enforcement more than any other population. So, safety and defend our communities for law-abiding American citizens. We need...
On behalf of the black community, I would like to say, no the you don't. Stop your bullshit. Get the on. Stay the fuck away from us.
Right here and in African American communities, and more people see me and they say...
You see, now y'all done piss me off. Baby Trump, we gonna give two shits and flying fucks about what you gonna do for us. We don't want you doing shit for us. You stay right when the hell you at with you and your magmas. I had it my way, we will separate the city, state, and everything from your government, okay? And have Kamala as our president, because clearly, hell, I'll have Bush as my president before I have you as my president. Baby, we don't want you. Ain't nothing wrong with our crime in our cities. We've been having crime for a long time. We know how to lock our damn doors and lay down and mind our business. We don't need you over here. We don't want you coming to our cities. We're not asking you to come help us. Bitch, no. If anything, we're asking Russia to get the hell away from us and Europe, China, or somebody else to come help us and feed us because you don't want to feed us either. Get your ass away from us and stay away from us, please.
Safety and defend our communities for law-abiding American citizens. We need...
No, we don't. No, we don't. We really want to be left alone a lot of the times. We want fair wages. We want more than fair wages. We want livable conditions. We want to be treated as equals. We don't want to be racially profiled. We don't want to be gunned down. We don't want our kids to be fearful. We don't want more police in our neighborhoods. We want to live. That's what we want. And we want to live as if we are human beings. That is what we want. We don't want what you call martial law. We don't need y'all for that. We had our own things going on. We was doing our own things. Y'all are the ones afraid of us. Afraid of us for what? Look at y'all history. Look at our history. We don't want that. That's what we don't want. So all your lies, stop it. Stop it. This shit pissed me off so bad, bruh. I usually put on clothes to do some videos. I didn't even put on, I seen this video and we don't want you. We don't need you. We don't need your help. Let us do our own thing and leave us alone.
Right here and in African American communities, and more people see me and they say,
You love words that start with B, huh? Cause you keep Biden's name in your mouth, and you always worried about the motherfucking blacks. Bitch ain't worried about you. Keep our mother name out your mother mouth. Cause the only motherfucker that's robbing us is your punk 34-time felon. Oh, bitch ass.
black population wants law enforcement more than any other population. So
You want to get us so bad. Fuck white leftists. Fuck all of you IPOC motherfuckers who wanted to play games during the election. Fuck all of y'all, bro. Because if they really pull this shit, yo, this ain't the late 80s, 90s no more, dog. We ain't calling for that criminal reform type bullshit they was asking for back then. We ain't. And you know what? It's getting to the point. One of y'all niggas is gonna have to do it. One of y'all non-black people is gonna have to do this shit. Cause y'all gonna have to make up for what the y'all did by not letting that woman in. Y'all really gonna have to make that shit up. It should be a brown person too.
Homies, it's your girl AMG Benzo back with another hot take from the big homie's house. And if you like the hot takes, you already know what to do. Well, it looks like y'all boy Trump is going to be rolling out martial law. And even though he hasn't officially said it, what he's saying in this new executive order essentially is giving martial law. Hold on one second. For those of you who don't know what martial law is, that's basically when the replacement of civilian government becomes taken over by military ruling. So basically, they want to bring in the military tactics and give it to the police, or just bring in the military to run the government altogether. Y'all hold on one more second. So what will be happening in the next 90 days? Federal agencies are going to increase the flow of military and national security to local law enforcement. Basically, our civil rights won't matter. And that means that anybody that goes against it can be subject to legal action. So, stopping and frisking, that'll be a thing. Aggressive tactics during protests, that definitely can be a thing. Escalated violence in police-civilian interactions will definitely be a thing, whether it's non-emergency or emergency situations. And this is all happening within 90 days. It doesn't clarify the types of equipment, but in the past it has been armored vehicles, tactical equipment, and surveillance technology. So it's just going to be situations that can eventually harm us. And warrants, don't worry about it. They can just come into your house. So our civil rights is subjectively being taken away. So I just basically want to know, what are y'all thoughts on this? Because this just rolled out on Monday and we over here talking about everything but this. Y'all drop some comments below. People feel people. I hope you feel me. Peace out.
news doesn't talk about it, but the black population wants law enforcement.
Let's be crystal clear. What black people want is equal justice. What black people want is for black people to not be executed in the streets and allow officers to get away with, I thought my life was in danger. I felt I was threatened. When they shot the person in the back as they ran away. What black people want is when young white boys break laws, assault people, do pranks and hijinks, not to be called boys and children. Like the coach's son 21 years old, and they called it a childish hijinks for him to steal someone's phone call, make prank calls, and broadcast those calls. It was a hijinks. He, at 20 fucking years old, he was referred to as a boy. Or Tamara Rice was shot down, and they referred to him as a man. We saw a man. We felt threatened. We thought they were a danger. That is what the black community wants. But we see you. You found El Salvador to shuffle off people 3 or 4 shades lighter than us. But we also hear that you and Rubio are talking to Rwanda and 2 or 3 other African nations where you could deport black Americans out of the country. Yeah. Black Americans want to know about that shit. Black Americans are watching you. Black Americans have known how prejudiced you are for decades. What black Americans want is for our white counterparts to get their boots on the ground. I want them to speak every day about you. That's what black Americans want. Not the toadies. Not the ones that you sift through. Who, when you say, we all agree, you know, they sit there and go, no. Not those black Americans. Us, who speak out with our whole chests. Those are the black Americans that you're afraid of. Yeah. Those are the black Americans that you don't really want to hear from because it doesn't fit into your neat little box. Black Americans don't have mass school shootings, but you made a point of talking about crime in our area, as if there's no crime in the suburbs, as if husbands aren't beating the out of their wives, as if so much white crime is not going on out there, white collar crime. Well, but that's not important. Strangely, you like to talk about crime, but you don't talk about the rich people who got poor kids to go steal from drugstores, department stores, do mass raids, you know, where they ran in and broke all the display cases. Those were rich people that got them to do the dirty work. Yeah, that right there. But you don't want to pay attention to those folks. More white people are on food stamps than people of color. More white people have ripped off food stamps, Medicaid, Medicare, than black people. But, black people are afraid of crime. Black people are afraid to go to the store and get a loaf of bread. Black people want police. No, black people want police to be held accountable. They want to get rid of that immunity that you're so happy with. Because, see, black people understand that whole immunity shit didn't come up till the early 80s. So, all that time in the history of law enforcement, if officers fucked up, they were held accountable. You now want police unions to pay for police officers' attorneys. You know, those who broke the law, those who disgraced the badge that they chose to wear. I'm waiting for my retired police officer to say, that shit. We did all the rules. We behaved. We followed the law. And because this guy decided to beat the crap out of an innocent person, be they homeless or whatever, you want my retirement funds to pay for their defense? Yeah, I'm waiting for the police unions to publicly say, if you want to pay for that, you go to fuck. Hey, Mr. Big Wallet, crack open your wallet. You pay for their defense. And then they can pay you back. Because we have retired officers over here who live off that pension. And you're not going to drain that shit. Because you're already talking about getting rid of Social Security and Medicare. Then what the fuck they have? Yeah. That right there. Pay strict attention to this goddamn video. I'm gonna go look it up. Go watch it. Cause it damn sure sounds like martial law if you have brown skin. I could be wrong, but y'all fill me in. Go watch it. I'm also gonna post it just in case TikTok decides to get a little freaky. It will be posted both here and on my YouTube. Tea Time with T. So even if they take it down, you can go watch it there. Tell me what you think. Because I respond back.
Black population wants law enforcement more than any other population. So
when someone crashed into my car, like in January of this year, about 6 police cars came. 6 police cars came and they did nothing the whole time. And I kept asking them, hey, what's the next steps? Because I've never had a car crash before. I've never had this happen to me where someone just crashes into my parked car. What am I supposed to do? What are the steps? And the only thing they could tell me was that I need to get my car off of the sidewalk. They were like, we're not allowed to give you advice. We're not allowed to tell you what to do next. So they were all there twiddling their thumbs. 12 people getting paid public dollars, over $80,000, by the way. Over $80,000 to stand there and do nothing while I'm trying to figure out this stressful situation in which they can't even intervene or provide any kind of assistance at all. And the one person who did tell me what to do told me that they're going to tow my car because it's the only option. And I'm like, why? And they're like, oh, because it has to be off the sidewalk. And I'm like, okay, but like, what if I had someone tow it? They're like, it's going to be more expensive if you do it that way. So let's tow it to the police lot, the police lot. The reason why they did that is because if you can't pay to get your car out of the police lot, they own your car. It's like, I think it's like a week or two of it being there. They just own it outright. They made me tow my car to their lot, which cost $300 to get it out, by the way, for one day of being in the lot. So they could own my car and then sell it in the police auction. Guy lied to me. Boldface lied. They're somehow so understaffed, by the way, that they couldn't make my police report in 3 weeks. It took them over 3 weeks to write a police report where the only thing that happened is a guy with no insurance crashed into my car. And then both cars got towed. It wasn't a complicated incident. Took 3 weeks to process that. They were so somehow understaffed by their own admission, yet 12 of them could stand around doing nothing while my car was being dealt with by no one. On top of all that, I had to do the police work to determine the guy didn't have insurance because the card he gave me was, it was the AAA insurance card, but it wasn't the AAA insurance card. It was a AAA card for when you need a tow. That's the card they gave me. And they gave it to the cops too, and the cops wrote down that as their insurance. So I had to go and tell the cops, hey, that card with the numbers on it, that's not an insurance card. It clearly says that. It's not an insurance card. You can also know this if you do anything regarding traffic violations because this is part of your job. I don't want any more cops. I don't want any more leeches and drains on the system. $80,000 can't even do the report in over like 3 weeks, like 3 weeks. And yet all the 12 of them can stand there making $80,000 a year. 12 of them standing there for over an hour while I do what I have to do. I call my insurance. I take all of my supplies out of my car, all my things out of my car. I let them tow it away so they can scam me into owning my car. Yeah, okay. We need more cops. No, we need more smart people.
the crime is most rampant right here and in African American communities.
Which black people, which black Americans told this fool that we want police protection? Who? I want to see y'all raise y'all hand.
So in the 3 months that this man has been president, for the most part, the black community has been home, enjoying their families, taking care of themselves and their mental health. You've seen us online talking about different ways that we'll spend our money, boycotting certain businesses and institutions economically. We've maintained time and time again that we will not be taking to the streets and demonstrating the same way we demonstrated 5 years ago. And we've been adamant about the fact that the second we step out there, this administration is going to do something, or the people that support this administration are going to do something. We saw that happen firsthand in Philadelphia, where black protesters were arrested, out of nowhere. But what have we also been saying? What have I also been saying when I make these videos? There is a need to provoke the black community right now. There is a need to get us pissed off, get us violent, and justify the fact that this president wants to use military force against black people. And not only that, he wants to do it in a way that feels justified. Get us angry, get us violent, get us destroying things. He can use the military against us and tell the rest of America that it is because we are so aggressive. And we haven't taken the bait. We've done a very good job of not taking the bait. But even still, this man gets in front of a camera, gets behind a microphone, and he says, we need police, we need military, we need law enforcement more in black communities. No mention of the neo-Yazis. Remember the neo-Yazis in Ohio who specifically went to terrorize a black community? No mention of that. It is getting really close to crunch time for the orange man and his regime, all right? They are struggling to keep the favor of the people. Now, we know the loud supporters are still out here talking about everything is great, they don't see anything wrong, and they're getting everything that they're voting for. But for the most part, America is not happy with this president. If they cannot change the subject, if they cannot change the narrative, if they cannot provoke our community so that they can establish a visual on who they want the bad guy to be, everybody's gonna see that this thing is not gonna last. And that's why I keep making videos like this, and that's why I keep saying the things that I'm saying. Pay attention to what they are trying to do. It is absolutely a struggle to stay popular when all of your policies are directly hurting your own voters. But if he can get that black community front and center and make us look like the bad guys, he'll be able to continue operating with full impunity. But without that, his days are numbered. I guarantee it.
The crime is most rampant right here and in African American communities and more.
So this man had the audacity to say that crime is up in African American neighborhoods, and that is an absolute lie. Crime is actually down in African American neighborhoods because the 92%, we're in the house resting because we know exactly what the plan has been all along, to get our bodies out in the streets so y'all can start trying to unalive us. And we're not playing into your game. And so this orange thing gets up here and says that more policing is needed in our neighborhoods, that we asked for it. We did not. We don't want them in our neighborhoods because they are violent. And this is what I want to tell you, young ladies and you guys, the young men, when you're going out on job interviews and hanging out with, the unmelanated, with the job interviews. Young man went on a job interview, passed, the tests and all of that stuff, interviewing with an unmelanated woman, and his first assignment as a young black man, not even 30 years old, okay? A job that starts at 7 in the evening and ends at 3 a.m. in the South. Thank God that this young man had the forethought to think about the danger that he was being put in and he was being faced with, and respectfully declined the position. No, ma'am. That is very scary for me. Getting off from work at 3 o'clock in the morning and hoping and praying I make it home, not because I may get into an accident, because of the police that are out there. You are feeding me to the wolves. The cops are out there hunting, respectfully. And I don't need to be out there. And what I want to tell the 92% community is, be careful, be mindful of things like that, especially when you're out there hanging with your friends and they want you to go to the store with them or go to the store and pick something up in the middle of the night, at night, and you by yourself. Don't do it. Brothers, please stay home. Protect yourself. Think safety first. Because, at the end of the day, if you have a good mother, the first thing that she instills in you as you're growing up is safety first. That is paramount. And it is more needed now than ever. Safety first. Do not let these snow bunnies have you out 3 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, where you're likely to get stopped by the police. And then you go missing. So please take heed to that. Because he's trying his best to send police into our neighborhoods. And we're not doing anything. We're not provoking anyone. The Karens out here, that everybody's out here with the hard ER word. They are really trying to provoke us. Stay in the house. Stay in the house. And don't take no jobs that have you getting off at 12 at any time in the middle of the night. Because it's their hunting grounds. Police are out hunting. They're hunting humans. Black people. Let's be clear about that.
That video from Black Americans coming out and react about Donald Trump saying that he wants to protect them, he wants to introduce martial law, he wants to see black people being protected at all costs. But majority of black Americans, they have come out and sent a message to Donald Trump. What black Americans they need in United States, it is not a martial law. It is not protection from police. What black Americans need in United States, it is equal right. These people, they need to be respected. These people, they need to be given same wages. These people, they need to be given more opportunity. So these are some of the things that black Americans, they have come out and said towards Donald Trump, because for a very long time we have been seeing how the black Americans, they are being treated in United States. These people that are being oppressed, these people that are being given low wages after them building the United States. Yeah, these people that are being oppressed, there is a lot of racism towards the black Americans. White people, they cannot allow and see black people striving in United States. So these are some of the things, these are some of the changes that Donald Trump needs to make, but not coming out with the martial law. Black people, the black Americans, they don't need martial law. These people, they need same equality in United States. These people, they need to be given the same wages that you guys are giving the white people, because we know that these people, they have an intent of hiring the black people to come and help them in their work. But these people, they ended up paying them low wages. But when these people, they are hiring their fellow white people, they usually give their fellow white people higher wages. So this is to tell you that black people, they are still not be given the wages that it is supposed to be. These people that are being paid low, and when these people they don't want to do these jobs for the white people, majority of the white people, they are coming out and say that the black Americans, they are lazy. No, the black Americans, they are not lazy. It is you are not giving them the wages that it is supposed to be, and that's why majority of black people, they have reluctant to do white jobs. So Donald Trump, he need to come out and say and make equal to all black Americans and white Americans in the United States, because these people, they don't need protection from police. No, these people, they need equality. When there's a white man done a mistake, he or she need to be punished as the same way these people, they usually punish the black people. Because when there's a crime in United States, the first suspect to be caught, it is the black people. Yeah, when there's a when there's a gun shootout on the street, they usually target black people. So this needs to end. These people, they need to do more investigation. Don't just come out and arrest black people without having no reason. I came out and tell you that these people, they have made black Americans as a money generator, because in any small mistake, black person, he or she cannot go free. But when a white person, he or she has done a mistake, these people, they might leave him or her to go just like that. But for a black person, he need to pay something. He need to be there is a lot of process that black people will went with this criminal injustice in the United States. So this is tell you that black people right now, they need equality. These are some of the things that black people, they need. They need the same equal. They need to be respected. These people, the black people, they don't want to see racism towards their fellow black people. These are some of the things that Donald Trump, he need to change in America so that he can protect the black people. But coming out and say that you're coming with a martial law will not help anything. Yeah, because in America, these people, they are known to be a racist people. In the all countries, the country that it is leading in the racist, it is the United States. So these people, they need to change and they need to respect black people, the black Americans. And also, these people, they need to stop oppressing black Americans. Black Americans are the ones who build this United States. Black Americans, they have contributed to so much development in America. So you guys, you need also to respect so much black Americans. Give them their credit. Yeah, you guys, you need to give black Americans their credit for helping you develop your country. You need to give them a credit, and also you need to respect them. These people, they are so powerful. These people, they are so helpful to your country. So you need to respect them. And also, you need to stop oppressing the black Americans. These are some of the changes that Donald Trump, he needs to do so that he can win the hearts of the black Americans. So right now, Donald Trump, he knows that the white people, they have started to hate him because he came out during campaign and said that he wants to make America great again. He wants to lower the high cost of living. But right now, the high cost of living, there is a high cost of living, and also majority of the black Americans, they cannot even afford basic necessity. Majority of the white Americans, they are losing their jobs. The farmers, they are crying. The people who are helping them in the farms, they are being deported by Donald Trump. So there is a lot of things. There is a lot of things which it is going on in America. So Donald Trump is trying to win the hearts of the black people, because the white people, they have started to left him. Yeah, the white people, they have started to protest, telling the people that we regret choosing Donald Trump. But you see, Donald Trump, he wants black people to support them. That's why he wants to introduce something which it is going on to favor the black people, so that the black people can support Donald Trump. But I'm so happy to see black people coming out and say exactly what they want. They don't want this martial law. Even me, I'm not happy with this martial law. What we need is black people to be treated equal, the same way these people, they are treating their the white people, they are treating their fellow brothers and sisters. It is the same way these people, they need to respect and treat the black people. That's all what black people, they want. They want same wages being paid also to the black people. The same way you are paying your workers, the white workers, it is the same way you guys, you need to pay also the black people. Also, the access of the healthcare, also black people, they need also to be given the first priority as you guys, you are giving your fellow white people first priority. So make everything equal. education, make it equal also to the black people. When it comes to the healthcare, also make it equal. When it comes to the jobs opportunity, also you guys, you need to make it equal to the same to the black people. So what you guys you need, it is not coming out with the martial law, it is you guys to make it equal to the black people living in the United States. So kindly guys, also you can comment on the comment section and tell me, do you think this martial law, it is going to help black people, it is going to protect black people in America, or is just Donald Trump, he wants to the black people to support him? So kindly guys, subscribe, and also let's talk more in the comment section. See you on my next one. Bye bye guys.